I'm from Benin, and after my baccalaureate degree in 2012, I did my first graduate studies in agricultural economics at the National School of Agriculture at Meknes City in Morocco between 2012 and 2017. And at the end of this formation, I decided to continue my studies in quantitative economics, more precisely in econometrics, to acquire some tools that will help me to easily study agricultural subjects. And in that moment, I've already heard about AMSE, which is a pretty good sign of the good reputation of our school, even abroad. And however, I did my personal research to see the content of the training in order to avoid falling into the trap of school that I personally call academic marketing. And so I was in that moment satisfied with the school, the program that I saw. So I decided to make this master. So in my first year at AMSE, I found that the courses were theoretical and very practical at the same time. We were taught different economic theories, and for me, who did the econometric specialization, we were given theoretical courses before practical cases, tutorials, and a personal project on which we were evaluated. We also learned how to use different statistical tools like SAS or Stata. And all those who studied at AMSE will agree with me that there are a lot of work for students. So it is very important to be well organized. I can remember that we formed a work group with classmates to review the courses together, to do exercises, exchange information, and see the teacher when we have some difficulties or when we do not, we didn't understand part of the courses. There's an element that helped me to succeed this year, and I can only recommend the same to you. And at the end of my first year, I decided to do an internship to see what the job market in France looked like, because it was my first year in France, and try to apply the different knowledge that I've acquired during the first year of study. It was a pretty tough task since I was in competition with students of Master 2 who were also looking for internship to validate the year. They had a kind of a priority over me who was just looking for an internship of less than 6 months. Anyway, I found an internship at Paris at Conseil National de France, which is a network of experts, accountants, and consultants specialized in small and medium-sized companies. They work in several fields and have a large amount of technical and economic data on their disposal. They propose also the services by conducting statistical and economics studies on demand, and they also do their studies for their own consultants to help them in their missions. So I did that internship there, and I was in charge of statistical and economic studies. And my personal mission was about assessing the performance of French agricultural companies and also to improve and automate the company's data treatment process. And that I was still in Master 1. And at the end of that internship, I could not imagine that it would play a role in my recruitment at Arvalis, the enterprise in which I am actually. Uh, because Safe France, which is the enterprise in which I work, has a good relationship with Arvalis, and they had been contacted to have information about me. Luckily, I had made a pretty good job when I was there. So my advice to you would be, if you have the opportunity to do internship, even in Master 1, do not hesitate. The school will help you with the administrative task like I was in that moment. So, and then I started the second year of the master. I remind you that I came at AMSE to do only econometrics, but we were lucky that data science courses were added to the program to become the EBGS track. So we were the first class of this master program. Personally, I found that this track was technical and very practical, and we saw different methods in data science, as well as advanced econometric methods. It is a difficult track too, but when you see the demand of econometricians, statisticians, and data scientists on the job market, you do not complain anymore. At the end of this training, I did my internship at the National Institute of Research of Agriculture at Montpellier, more precisely at the MOISA units as a research assistant. I work on the assessment of economics and financial performance and risk in agricultural cooperatives using a business analytics approach. The internship was founded by Digitag, which is the Convergence Institute of Digital Agriculture, which work together with several actors in agriculture, professionals and researchers. Its main goal is to create knowledge and innovation in digital agriculture. And every year they offer master internship topics and thesis also in the field of digital and data science application in agriculture. So if you are interested in what they do, you can visit the platform online. So after validating the master, I did my entrance in the job market, and I officially became unemployed, as we like to say when we tease ourselves with friends. And then started the period of active job research, which can be stressful and that you have to prepare in advance. And do not wait to be at the end of the master to start preparing your entrance in job market. So two important elements that should not be overlooked is about your resume, your resume and your cover letter, which represents your passport to the job market. It is very important to adapt them as well as possible to the offer you are applying for. I know that sometimes we try to make a model of resume and a cover letter that we can send without great changing to all companies. This is not the right approach. You really need to take the time to work on them. Another important element, an important element about the resume is to have the habits of putting references that recruiters can contact to have information about you. Someone who reads your CV or your resume should know who you are and know about your career plan. So you have to 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 prepare this resume very well. Another element is that you need to know what you want in terms of job and what and where you are going. This will help you to classify job offers and go to the direction you feel more comfortable. Moreover, don't look only at the title of the job offers. You need to have the habits to take the time to go into the offer and see the proposed missions. At the an offer who seems not to be interesting by reading the title could finally interest you if you look at it closely. Another element which is pretty important is to activate your professional network, which is made up by your teachers, your colleague during your internship, and the people you know who are already on the job market. The professional network is an element to maintain, and it is necessary to keep a good relationship with your colleague. Personally, it is an element which play an important role in my recruitment. I can remember that before I go to the interview for Avalis, I went to Paris to see my colleague when I was doing the internship there. And before I told them that I have an internship with Avalis, they informed me that they had been contacted by Avalis to get their opinion on me, and so they did what was necessary for me. The professional network can therefore be decisive for you or other person in your environment. So after the recruitment, I was so hired by Avalis, which marks my entry in the professional environment. The point here is that the environment is full of challenge, and I've listed some of them here. So the first challenge is surely about the adaptation, because you became an employee and give up your student tag. You enter a company and you have to adapt to its culture and the way they work there. You will learn how to work on many different things at the same time, to have responsibilities and to manage stress, take care of administrative stuff. But I think that when you have survived at AMSE, you are well prepared to get through it. Another challenge is to be able to communicate with your colleague, especially when you are not as technical, when they are not as technical as you are. Sometimes you will spend a lot of time to do a good job technically, and if you are not able to present it to your colleague in a such way that they can understand it, your effort will be null. So it is important to know how to communicate to popularize your work in the professional environment. It is also important to continue learning when you are in the professional environment. You will surely learn about the job you are doing. So the company will pay for your training and sometimes even for your personal training. It is good to keep an eye on what's going on out your enterprise. Learn about innovation and you know how fast things are going with big data and data science nowadays. Finally, you will surely encounter unexpected event which you've never seen when you were student, and it is important to be able to deal with them. Your ability to gather information and synthesize them will surely help you. As an example, I remember that during my internship at the National Institute of Research Agriculture, I had heard about the concept of small data, which is a kind of opposition to big data to designate data that can be processed with classical database management tools. The idea behind this concept is to be able to use these data with which are not suitable for all data science tools. And the first time I can remember that the first time I heard about it, it made me laugh, but much less when I was confronted with it while I was working at Harvard. Small data sets are still data, and you need to be able to extract information to help decision makers. After all, we coming out of EBDS track as data analysts. We are not only big data analysts. So I conclude my presentation with these words. Thank you for listening, and see you soon for those I will see again.